Hey there, my name is Tyler and I'm the owner and artist of Rehab to Fab Designs. I am a coach in a creative membership group over on Facebook where I teach other furniture artists, both novice and experienced. Here's just a few of the tutorials we've done. And as you can see, there is a wide array of styles for members to choose from. And I am also a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I recently made over this antique lowboy dresser in a very old world style and kind of grungy finish, and I finished the look by decorating the drawer sides, and that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to be doing a video to show you how you can dress up the sides of your drawers on a piece of furniture using some Silkscreen Stencils from Dixie Belle and their chalk mineral paint. I decided for this piece I was going to use the Mandala stencil in the Silkscreen line, and it's actually the first one here, and you can see it up close here. Isn't it gorgeous? If you've never used the Silkscreen stencils, they are really neat. They differ in regular Mylar stencils in a couple of different ways. One, they have a sticky backing on them so that when you put them on the item that you're wanting to use them on, it will kind of stick a little bit and hold its place so you don't have to worry about bleed through as much. You may notice that mine is a little loose here, and that is due to another difference in this stencil, in that it can be reused multiple times, which is different from, say, using a vinyl stencil that you may cut with a vinyl cutting machine. Vinyl stencils that you cut from a vinyl cutting machine are really cool because they stick really well. You can paint over it and then you toss them, but it is wasteful, and so with these you can reuse them 10-15 times and they'll still stay sticky as long as you wash them promptly after use and then lay them flat to dry. Also, as the name implies, they have a very close-knit, tight screen-like material in between the cutout of the design, and I feel like this also helps to prevent bleed through and also to kind of keep your design nice and tight so it's nice and clean. Because you get a cleaner finish with these, they are my go-to stencil. I think Dixie Belle has about 12 different designs out currently that you can choose from, and each individual package or Silkscreen stencil has 3 separate designs within it. So for each one you purchase, you're getting 3 sheets that have different designs on them. When stenciling, I like to apply my paint using a sponge as opposed to a brush, because I feel like this creates less bleed, and by bleed I mean paint seepage up under your design. So with stencils, it's always a good idea, like if we're doing vinyl stencil, I will always put a coat of top coat or my base color, if it's a color, on top of the stencil to seal it in before applying my paint or whatever color I'm wanting to use for the design itself. And this kind of seals it and keeps it from bleeding and seeping up under the design, which will cause you to have lines that are not crisp and clean. So I like to use a sponge, and then I'll just kind of gently tap over the design like you see here to get my paint on. And you can do this in one coat if you want it to look kind of distressed and maybe antiqued, or if you want like a nice thick coat where you have good coverage, you can use 2 or even 3 coats of paint. Obviously, the more coats you use, the more raised the stencil will be. So say if you put like 3 coats on it, you're actually going to end up with a raised design because it's going to stand up higher than the background that it's placed on. On these drawers, I use the top portion of this particular sheet from the Mandala stencil and use the trim work to put on the tops of my drawers, and then I actually use the whole Mandala design on this sheet to put in the middle on my large drawer. I highly recommend going the extra mile and doing simple, small things like this to make your piece stand out even more from the next person's. To complete this look, I used the following products from Dixie Belle: Chalk Mineral Paint and Caviar, Fluff, Drop Cloth, and Hurricane Gray, as well as Sea Spray Texture Medium, Clear Wax, Dixie Dirt and Charcoal, the Silkscreen Stencil Mandala, and also the Rice Paper and Floral Ballerina. Here it is all finished up. As you can see, we have lots of texture. We also have color on it in neutrals. We have paper that is decoupaged on the top, and this is overall giving it a really cool boho vibe. If you love this finish and would like to learn it, we do teach our finishes via individual tutorials, as well as teaching all our finishes in our membership group over on Facebook. We'd love to have you. Please reach out if you have any questions, and as always, thanks for watching and happy painting.